So the rumble part of it is when we get into a little bit of a, not really an argument, but some contentious points. So tell me about the sabha situation here in Madras. I hear so many bad things about it and so many good things about it. People have to pay, people are victimized, they give you concerts at the wrong time of day, they shut off the air conditioning, all sorts of horrible things. Are these things really propagating music, or is it just a city way of doing some more business?
The sabhas are actually a very good means of promoting Indian classical music. And every time a sabha is formed, we have a group of 3 or 4 people who set their time and energy aside for the propagation of Indian classical music. So when there is an advantage, there are some disadvantages. So maybe we will look at the rose and not at the thorn. That is my concept. But what you said, some of the things, I will agree that they are happening. But what happens is like there is a tendency with the parents to bring their children to limelight in such great hurry.
Far too early.
What happens is they give him a decoction of or a pre-made pack of just 1.5 hours of concert. They want reviews to appear. See, I do appreciate that the parents are encouraging the children, but when they show too much of anxiety,
it puts them under pressure also.
So there are a number of people to take advantage of the situation. So if we are going to be like, I started performing when I was 9 years, but by the time I had already learned about 200 kirtanas of Tyagaraja and with an equal understanding of Hindustani music. So either one has to put in tremendous efforts like they do in China and Japan, where the child, the new baby is taught to swim when he or she is just 18 months old. Either I do it like that, or hum sabar se kaam karenge. Wait till I come to that level. Because though it sounds very raw. So who is to be blamed, the sabha or the parents?
Okay, what about the audiences? Do they appreciate, or are they also, get influenced by reviews and nice write-ups and good photographs, and they just say, hey, let's go.
Yes.
So there's a lot more.
Yes, actually the audience today, as you very beautifully said, they are influenced by photographs, write-ups and everything's reviews, the internet buffs and everything, and the internet publicity and everything. See, but it's essential that today's artist has to see that music is no longer a divine profession, but it's an industry like cinema. So I have to keep myself abreast of every little happening.
How about the electronics, how the kind of pickups that you use in your violin? Do you do any research into that, or you have people who come and advise you on?
Actually, I do my research to maintain the original tone of the violin, whatever music I play. But I use gadgets when I do cinema music in violin, because...
What was the last one you played a movie track? Let me hear that. That'd be interesting for the audience also to know.
Actually, I played a wonderful concert in Shivakasi.
Okay.
And it was a marriage concert, and they wanted to play this snake, Magudi.
Okay.
Nagin
song.
Nagins. So I told them, ma'am, it's a marriage concert, but the bride's mom said, look, I am telling you have to do it.
Okay, so you did.
So I did. So Karumai, Ponudai, so I did all that. Najma, what happened was, the goddess came on her and she started dancing like this.
Oh, okay.
Then I played Lakshmi Baramma. Then she came to normal. So it's music.
It works. Yeah. So you tell me, do you people also get irritated the way audience behaves?
With me in personal capacity, my father has told me that the artist's greatest power is to control the audience through music.
True. How do you compare it with the Western audience? See, they come dressed up, they wear their best clothes, they come in a tuxedo, and they don't even rustle the program during the concert. They into, shaking of the paper and rustling of paper. Even that is frowned upon by everybody sitting around. Here we have guys shouting across the hall, met their friend after a long time. So how do you view all that? Do we need that kind of rigidity, not rigidity, that kind of discipline like the Westerners display, or we are okay with this?
I think making them behave like Western audience is something like close to infinity. We'll try, but we do not know when it will happen.
But do you think it's desirable? That's the main question.
I wouldn't say it's desirable, because when the audience become too uniformed and too glued to the chairs, it becomes monotonous.
As a punishment for them, and they're not able to express whatever they want to. And it'll be monotonous for the viewer, I mean for you also, to see everybody sitting in front.
Because what happens is in the West, the audience lights are completely blacked out. But
Yes.
yahan, what we need in India is we want to see the pulse of the audience every second. Because ours is creative music and we have lots of varieties.
And each one is interpreting each time differently. So,
Okay.
so that also needs you to react with what they are expressing on their faces there.
And the next important point is the duration. They have to sit only for 1 hour, 10 minutes. But here the Hindustani or the Carnatic concert goes for not less than 75 minutes.
Oh yes, and people as they get older, they need to stretch their legs, they need to uncrack their knees.
Yeah.
So you have to tolerate all that in this. So when we come back, we'll actually get her to play something for us, because I'm sure everybody wants to hear her rather than just hear me and her talking. So we'll be back.